Before we get this started, you might be wondering something along the lines of, why aren't you using Baruch or Excalibur? Well, the reason is actually pretty simple. I'm a bit late to the party, and, like the bigger creators are doing that anyway. So I decided, you know what? Why don't I handle the niche rather than the actual popular stuff? After all, the Pox video did well, so yeah. Hello, my delicious people. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be short and sweet because I only have to show you one build. Actually, two technically, because... Actually, no, three. Okay, I am going to be showing you three builds. But it's going to be Valkyr, Valkyr's Claws, and Nautilus. Although you've probably seen Nautilus already by now. So you probably know what you're in for. Essentially, Nautilus is going to be using heat, viral, radiation, magnetic, impact, puncture, all these statuses and stuff like that. Keep in mind that influence, which is what we're going to be using, can only spread the elemental ones. So you're going to be only spreading viral, radiation, magnetic, and heat. Heat armor strips up to 50%, right? And I believe, I believe it's like, I forget how many procs, but it's like almost instantaneous. Like, it doesn't even have to be that many procs, right? And then magnetic, increases damage to shields and overguard. Radiation CCs, and viral is just viral, right? Viral increases damage up to a total of 425%, right? So that's Nautilus, and it also sucks people in. And then you have Valkyr's Claws, which of course will be going with gas and electricity. The gas is going to be really great. I mean, look how much gas there is. And Valkyr will be going with only a little bit of power strength. We don't really need that much power strength. And I'll show you exactly why right here. So, boom. Get them sucked in. Like that. And we're just going to run in here and just start swinging. I actually will say this build would be really good if I kept my what's it called? Molt augmented, I think it's called. I actually did not keep my molt augmented because I don't really farm things for platinum. So I kind of sort of had to make a bit of a sacrifice, but just imagine there's multi-augment on here, and honestly, going to 200% power strength is completely fine. There isn't really a soft cap per se, but diminishing returns are mathematical. It's just how math works. So 200% is twice the damage. If you go to 300%, which is where a lot of people go, you have this thing where you're only increasing it by half. So it's like, yes, you're doing 3 times the damage, but the increase between 200% and 300% is only 50%. So mathematically speaking, you only really need 200%, right? Maybe even like 170 is completely fine, which is what this build has, right? I mean, look, it's already doing it super good. But yeah, I'm gonna take you this into an actual mission now since I showed it to you. Oh yeah, actually I need to explain a few things. So, Valkyr works like this. See that circle around me? When there's a bunch of enemies in there, she ends up getting like a bunch of energy drain, essentially. So what you want to go with is like duration and both efficiency mods, because holy shit does it drain a lot, right? So you want to have both efficiency mods and a duration mod. Keep in mind that the efficiency mods overcap, and the reason why we want the duration mod is because we're using this. This is Warcry, and we have the augment on here, so as you can see, you get more time, right? We also have a bit of surprise for the Acolyte besides violence. Ha! There we go. See how much damage that did? That's amazing. Let's see. Ha! I do like a lot of damage. I also decided to go with the combined, the abbreviated, I'm not sure what they're called, but the smaller damage numbers. I'm not sure how I like it, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah. So, we will take it into a real mission and see how I do. Keep in mind, I have taken this into the real mission for an entire hour, and it has done completely fine. Besides violence. Fuck violence. Alright, so the sequence of events you do in the beginning is actually quite simple. You just do this, hunt down a weaker enemy to get your time. No, you don't need your time, but like you need energy. There we go, energy. Now you cast the 2 and you get the time. There we go. Alright. And you have that surprise for the Acolyte. Logged in with your first ability, which is what this assume is going to be. It's going to be Wrathful Advance, I think it's called. And here we go. We're doing pretty nice. Alright, do good damage. As literally just an influence build, like similar to how Excalibur's meta build currently is, right? But it's just on something that doesn't have a projectile, which is, I guess it's like not meta, but still pretty good. I mean, you got 20 meter range around you that's going to be causing explosions. And in my experience, at least with the anti-test, I really don't run into that much issues. Plus, I will say, this probably does slightly more damage than Excalibur's influence build, even though I built them very similarly. Because of one specific reason, and I guess it's because, like, the single target is better, essentially. Excalibur's single target is a bit wanting, so yeah. But I'll take you to an Acolyte, and we'll see what it does against them. Hopefully I don't drop the combo on accident. Oh yeah, also I have that. Was that 4 million? Crazy. Alright, here we go. Also, I have a bit of surprise in the build that I actually just noticed. It's actually probably a little bit more effective than I thought it was. I didn't really notice it, but yeah. Fuck, it's violence! Ah! Asshole! Ugh. Okay, I have to bring you to another Acolyte. This is not gonna work. Alright, here's another one. Oh my god, I fucking hate violence. I'm seething over that shit. But, yeah, let's see who it is. Who is this? Misery! Here we go. Misery loves my company. Okay, here we go. Haha! Ha! Okay, also, to clear things up, the reason why I lost the violence is because I wasn't ready for violence. He has a blocker and something that turns your abilities off. He hit me with the thing that turns the abilities off and hit me with the blocker. I wasn't ready for him, but I do have this. This is the anti-violence gun, and I will show you it later, but I wasn't able to show it I wasn't able to show you how it works, so I don't think I should even show you the build. It's not even worth showing. So yeah, I'll see you in the outro. Alrighty then. That was interesting. I meant to show you an anti-violence weapon, but I didn't even get to use it, and, you know, we're a little bit struggling for time, so I'm not even going to show you the anti-violence weapon. So we are definitely going to be lowering it to 3 builds today. First things first, the one that you're probably the most interested in is going to be the Valkyr Talons. Let's show you that first. So Valkyr Talons are going to be, you know, Hysteria is a thing. For some reason there's a glitch where you can remove this sometimes, not all the time though. But we're going to be going with Discipline's Merit. And we're essentially going to be going with a light attack build, which, by the way, that doesn't mean you can't heavy attack. But, it's just like you're not going to be focusing on it, right? So we're going to be having every 4 melee hits is going to be where you'll be able to use Tennokai, which is very nice. The timing is a bit off, but its consistency is good. Prime Pressure Point for more damage. Primed Reach to reach things. keeping in mind that though it makes influence very, very good, is actually the fact that you're able to hit multiple enemies at a time, right? So yeah, we're using influence. We're using gas and electric with volcanic edge, verdant scourge, and voltaic strike. And we're going with the classic of blood rush and weeping wounds. The reason why is we want to be able to capitalize on weeping wounds, and weeping wounds has this issue. I mean, no, we're not going to be using elementalist. Let me start off with that. We're not going to be using elementalist, galvanized elementalist, because it's not enough status chance. And because it's not enough status chance, we're definitely going to have to go weeping wounds instead. So blood rush is here as well, just because it also needs to be a lot more crit chance. So blood rush is back in the rotation now. And we're gonna have melee elementalists because we'll be killing with procs rather than direct damage, right? So yeah, there's the build for this. Very nice. Yes, I did put 6 Forma on here. I don't think you need 6, but you know, I have to. This is like a build that I actually had to tear up. So as you can see, like there's 2 negative slots, but you don't need 6 Forma. But what's a little bit more embarrassing, I have 13 Forma on my Valkyr. So that is very, very unfortunate. And I only filled 5 slots. So I mean, I have been trying to figure this bitch out for several years. Keep in mind, I've been playing since day one PS3, I believe. Back when it was on the PS3, before it got removed from the store. Because they eventually dropped PS3. Very, very quickly, too. It was still, like, in a beta sort of state. But, still charge for more capacity, as well as more melee damage, which is very nice. And we'll be using Eternal War, which is going to be on the 2, which causes it to make it to where it lasts the duration. But you can increase the duration if you kill, which it's going to be at 95% duration, which you make it 1.9 seconds, right? Prime Flow for more energy, and there's a reason for this besides the energy. So you'll be able to see that in a bit. We'll be using Umbro Fiber, Umbro Vitality, and Umbro Intensify. The reason why is mainly because of the fact that you won't always have your ability up, so it's good to have the survivability. As well as the fact that we want to have the power strength to be 177, right? It's a good number. I usually go for 201. And yeah, I would say Molt Augmented would be good, because that was the old build before I got rid of the Molt Augmented. But I forgot that there was a reason why I did that. It was because I wanted to go with Arcane Eruption. Arcane Eruption knocks down nearby enemies. I don't know how far it is, but this actually really, really helps with CC. And weirdly enough, if you're playing with other players and they just so happen to be like a little bit squishy, you actually could hang around them, allowing you to knock the enemies down for them, so that they don't really have like issues. And also Arcane Strike, so we don't have to put attack speed. Instead, on hit, 15% chance to get 60% more attack speed. So we're off shooting the we're basically putting the speed mod on the frame instead of anything else. We're using prime continuity because without this, it's 40 duration. That's not good, because then you only get 8.8 seconds on each kill with your Warcry. So it's very good to have continuity here, because it's you're gonna need your Warcry, you know. Not only that, but what you could probably do if you want to not use Eternal War is you could also use Augur Secrets for more like straight up damage, keeping in mind that the 4 is affected by Power Strength. We're using both efficiency mods, Fleeting Expertise and Streamlined, in order for us to overcap the efficiency, keeping in mind that the 4 is also affected by continuity. So if we remove this, it becomes like, oh, actually no, it doesn't get bigger. Okay, that's good to know. But this is basically here for Warcry anyway. You could probably remove this if you didn't want to use Warcry and just use Hysteria, which is very valid. I'll probably make adjustments later, but that's the 2 adjustments I would say. Just like remove these 2 mods, Prime Continuity and Turn of War, and just put whatever you want on a flex slot, essentially. And yeah, that is the build for Valkyr and her claws. Now, we're going to go to Nautilus. And I know you guys probably know the drill already, if you've been here already. But Nautilus is going to be put up with Cordon, Assault Mode, and Vacuum, Manifold Bond, and everything else is completely optional. The regular build that Cordon he has is Contagious Bond 2, but I didn't want him to nuke 4 Valkyr. But sometimes it does happen, not all the time, but it's usually a very, very aggressive nuke, which is always hilarious. It's just, this is Valkyr's time to shine. So keep in mind, Cordon has to be on the top left, and Assault Mode has to be on the top right, because you want Cordon to happen more often than Assault Mode. Because Cordon will happen off a cooldown, which Manifold Bond will take it off a cooldown from killing enemies with 3 more status effects on them, and Assault Mode will just blast people with the weapon. Speaking of the weapon, you would want to mod it as such. Malignant Force, Rhyme rounds, and Thermite rounds for viral heat. We're using Split Chamber for more multi-shot, keeping in mind that NPCs cannot ramp up. Hammer Shot, mostly for the status chance, which is going to be what it's used for. Magnetic Capacity for the magazine capacity and magnetic. I used to think that the magazine capacity didn't really help, but in actuality, being able to fire more shots is actually really good. And Radiated Reload for radiation and reload speed. The radiation is really nice for CC, and the reload speed is very, very nice for getting as many bullets out as possible, right? And a Vital Acceleration for fire rate. Without this, it is a 0.25%, 0.25 seconds per shot. It's better to have it like every half a second, because yes, very much better. So yeah. And other than that, this is actually just what the build is, and that's it. So yeah, have wonderful, wonderful nightmares. I will see you in them. Remember, if you're watching my content, I know you're into it. Honey, honey. Good night.